Hello and welcome to Heaven's Mopars. It's trying to snow again. But as many of you know, I had picked up a 70 Sport Satellite that I want to turn into a Roadrunner. And I picked up a 62 Valiant that I've been wanting to chop the top on, suicide the doors, all that fun stuff. You're thinking, man, he's got so many projects, he'll never get them done. Well, you're probably right. No, I also have other cars I'd like to fix up. A lot of you are wondering about my 70 Challenger, my Duster for the No Name Nationals. Speaking of which, check this out. My shirt, No Name Nationals. But behind me is my Duster. I pushed it out of the garage so that I could shove in my garage the 68 Coronet. I'm replacing the floors in those real quick, and but I want to get that done so that I can, because my plan is with that car, I'll sell it. I'll take half the money to put into my Challenger, which is right there, and then I'll take the other half and put it into my Cuda, which is right there, the metal for that, and then I can sell it so I can work on those. So I do have a plan. And so it just might take me some time to get to them, and if I get stuck on one financially or end with the project or something, I can hop on the next one and go that way. So I do kind of have a method to my madness. So once I get the 68 Coronet out of the garage, then I will push in the my Duster, and then I'll finish it, get it up and running, and for the No Name Nationals. But first I just put out a video about the 62 Valiant. I'm going to name it Deliverance, and as the car comes together and the theme I have for it, you'll know why. I'll explain that later. And but what I want to do is but my last video I was talking about the hood, and wanting to morph it into the existing hood on the car. And but instead of, because that car will be on the back burner for a little while, because I want to do the Duster first, and I got to fix up the Coronet and the floor in that. So but before I lose my train of thought, I want to cut up the hood, the fiberglass hood, cut it out and place it on the car, maybe throw a screw or two into it just to hold it down. That way I can cross that bridge early before a year or two goes by, or God knows how long. So not that long, I hope. I'm hoping to at least make it a winter project. We'll see. So I'm going to do that right now, actually. I want to separate the outer skin from the inner braces. That way I'll just attach the skin to the top of the car. I'm thinking out loud. Plans may change as I work on it. We'll see. If I was thinking ahead, I would have taken all that valuable barn dust and sprinkled it on some of my cars before I sold them. So now I'm just going to just outline kind of where I want to cut it. I'm thinking if I cut it right where it starts to flatten out, maybe about an inch all the way around that area that I want to keep. That way I can sink a rivet into it. So that's what's going on inside here at least. So now I just got to figure out where I want to put all of this. Actually, I might go a little more. Oh, hi. It's a lot closer than I thought it was. I'll go a little further, and then I can always trim more if I need it, instead of cut it and go, oh crap, I should have left it longer. They say to plan, analyze, and adapt. My plan was, in that last video, I'm going to cut here, you know, cut this out, which is true, but up here I'm deciding to leave that whole face on it, just in case, because the points on the hood here, this raised part comes down and disappears almost to the front of that. So I'm going to leave all that on there. Same with both ends, so I didn't want to cut out just a little bit here, because I got that ridge that comes up and I want to morph it in wherever this disappears at. And I don't know where that is until I put it on the car, but once I get all the big stuff off, then I can analyze and say, well, I'm glad I kept that. Helicopter. I'm glad I left that instead of cutting it out right away. So I'm just going to cut out this piece and pretty much the sides and go from there. Sorry if you can't see my face. It's kind of chilly out. I have a respirator on, and I got I'm going to put it on. It's going to be freezing cold. It's the worst part about putting them up when they're cold. I got a cutoff tool from Harbor Freight, and I'm just going to experiment and see how the thing cuts, because I don't want to just hop in here and mess it up on my cut line. So here goes. Oh, burr. I'm not sure how that happened, but I must have hit record somehow as I was taking the camera off my tripod. Kind of fun. Okay. What happened was, as I was cutting this, I had it on time lapse, but apparently it wasn't recording. Both of these cut, these lines. I won't be able to separate them until I cut across the top of the hood here and across the back, and then I can probably peel the whole thing off. So that's what I got going on. In case any of you are wondering, the tip that I'm using, if I can get it to focus, it's just looks like a jigsaw tooth on it, kind of semi-aggressive. And nice thing about this is you have full control of your speed and your line, so I can get a nice line on there. And it also doesn't blow dust everywhere, because I was thinking of using a cutoff wheel on here, but this kind of made more sense to me. A jigsaw, the blade goes real deep, but this way I can control my depth so I don't mess up the under part. So that's what I chose to do this. So anyway, I'm gonna call it a day for now because I have to go to work, and I'll be back tomorrow.